today we're talking all about movies, starting with Avatar, The Way of Water, which made a big splash at the box office. It brought in $134 million, but still fell short of the $150 to $175 million it was expected to make over the 3-day weekend. But if you add in the global box offices, it actually made $435 million. Keep in mind, the movie needs to make $2 billion just to break even, and the original Avatar only made $77 million during its opening weekend in 2009. And still to this day, the original Avatar is the biggest grossing movie of all time. Tori, you've been very critical.
Yeah.
Okay, so talk to us.
Okay, I want to say if it's going to be reach the $2 billion, it's going to be one of the highest grossing films of all time again. So I just want everyone in the studio to clap if they went and saw it opening weekend. Woo! Michael Dean. One person. Thank you, Michael Dean, by the way. Thank you. But here's the deal.
Enthusiastic.
It was, but here's the deal. If it was a real box office blowout, several people would have been clapping because we represent groups of people in here. One guy goes and sees it, and I love that guy. But at the same point, that proves that I could rest my case there. This isn't worth the $2 billion. I don't know how else to say it.
Is it just that we're comparing the wrong thing? I feel like we're getting into the same thing that they do with sports sometimes when they try and compare somebody from 2010 to somebody in 1960. It was different equipment, different kind of rules, everything. I feel like when we talk about these, I think a lot of people are going to watch Avatar 2 a lot, but it's going to be at their house. It's going to be on their phone.
Who's going to see Avatar on a small screen instead of a big one?
A lot of people on their iPad are going to watch this. Or
I think a lot of people thought they'd go to see the CGI.
It made $500 million in 3 days, and that's not even talking about when they finally do all their franchises and their merchandise and their licensing. Like the fact that
it wasn't the hit they thought it was going to be.
I don't know about that.
Example of the room. I mean, no one saw it.
Well, according to Rotten Tomatoes, 94% of the audience loved it, and 78% of the critics loved it. $500 million worldwide. It sounds like a lot of people saw it.
It did.
Like, you said nobody saw it. $500 million.
But he's right.
But honestly, given the parameters that we look at things now, that's super sad. That we have to remember it took $2 billion to make.
The problem is we are a society that got nice things too early. It's kind of like you in a relationship. You can't be showering the person with the best of the best because then you set the bar so high that anything that you do after that just seems like a flop. So $500 million people is now a flop.
But it is.
That's how we are.
But if it costs $2 billion,
that's the kind of people we are.
She's right. I'm with Erica.
It's a flop.
Right. So James Cameron's other epic movie, Titanic, you guys turns 25 today. Can you believe that?
You're old.
Yes. Yep. Kate Winslet may have settled the age-old door debate once and for all. Speaking on a podcast, Kate weighed in on whether Jack could have fit on the door with Rose. Watch.
I think that he could have fit.
Right. But he was already pretty worse for the wear. He was.
Oh, I see. It would have tipped, and it would not have been. It would not have been a sustainable idea. So you heard it here for the first time. Yes, he could
Once
have
and
fit.
for all.
He could have fit on that door, but it would not have stayed afloat. It wouldn't.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I thought about it. I've also, Mythbusters did a take on this, and they tried to make it an actual fit on the door, and they had some trouble as well. But James Cameron said for the sake of the movie, he had to die.
Well, he actually did a scientific study.
Yeah.
And he used 2 stunt people in ice water to see if both Rose and Jack could fit on the door. It was determined that Jack could fit. However, it would then sink. They both would have died.
Wait.
So can we bury this already? Is it gone? Is it done? We have Mythbusters, scientific studies, like enough.
Well, just human beings in general. Like, have you ever tried to stand up on a surfboard once you're laying down? It's impossible. Yeah, unless Rose had incredible core strength, there's no way that she could have got herself and then pulled another frozen adult man that's now twice as much as he, all his clothes are frozen.
Yeah.
So
no, that's a faulty analogy. You have to be laying down before you stand up on a surfboard.
You're supposed to pop up.
Yeah, but you're also, before you drop in on a wave, you're lying down.
You already lost me. I'm from Cleveland.
Okay, as soon as you go down on a wave, you're lying down, and then you stand up. And yes, it'd be best if you prop up, but many people that are learning stand up 1 foot at a time, so that's a faulty analogy.
I wasn't saying that there were waves next to the Titanic.
But there are. They're in an ocean.
Did you see any waves in that scene?
It's an ocean. There's going to be waves no matter what.
No one's debating that was an ocean. Are you saying that there are waves at all times in the water?
You're backpedaling.
I'm not.
Yeah, you
right
are.
Here.
You lost that one
Do the
out.
show.
Okay, Tom Cruise once again proved why he is the biggest movie star on the planet. He performed 2 epic stunts for his upcoming Mission Impossible movies. In the first, he thanked fans for supporting Top Gun Maverick while jumping out of a helicopter in South Africa nonetheless. Watch.
Thank you for supporting Top Gun Maverick. And always, thank you for allowing us to entertain you. It truly is the honor of a lifetime. I'm running out of altitude, so I better get back to work. We gotta get this shot. You have a very safe and happy holiday. We'll see you at the movies.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, so wait, we're going to have another one and then we can discuss. Next, behind the scenes footage from the film shows Tom riding a motorcycle off a cliff in Norway. Take a look.
I saw a canopy. I saw a canopy.
You guys, 5. Yes, so Tom actually did that stunt, like I said, 6 times, but to prepare for it, he did 500 skydives, 13,000 motocross jumps on a dirt bike.
I have to say this. I don't particularly like Tom Cruise as a person. I know, whatever. As a movie star.
I don't know if you need to say the first part.
I do. I am obsessed with him as a movie star. That is a capital M. He kicks off, says, see you at the movies, and he's in the sky?
So you love him now?
No, I like him as a movie star. Only.
Anybody think that was exhausting to be Tom? It would be exhausting to be Tom Cruise.
Well, the same way that it would be exhausting to be Kobe Bryant. It'd be exhausting to be anyone who has been put on this earth for a very specific reason, with a very specific skill set, and it's ingrained in everything that they are and everything that they do.
It's insane.
So it's amazing to see people like that.
Does he have no fear?
He just has that need for speed. Is that from Top Gun?
And you tried to change that, but it just came out. You were like, speed. Okay. Sounds like a video game, I think.